The cybersecurity job market is about to change fast, and most people aren't ready for what's coming. Things like AI, automation, and new compliance requirements are completely shifting what companies look for when they hire. If you're trying to get into cyber or build a long-term career around it, following the old advice is the fastest way to get left behind. I'm Sid, a senior admin who's built a multi-six-figure remote career, and I'm already seeing these changes happen in real time. So in this video, I'm going to break down the biggest shifts that are currently happening in cybersecurity and what you need to focus on if you want to stay ahead. So let's get into it. The biggest shifts happening right now are completely around AI and automation. Let's be clear. So if you aren't familiar with how to use certain AI tools such as Copilot, then you need to familiarize yourself right away. So the biggest takeaway that I have personally seen is how all meetings are now using some sort of AI to summarize the meeting so it can be sent out to one, people that were in the meeting that weren't paying attention, and two, to the people that might have missed the meeting. So learning this one little action and how it can be used across the business will greatly help you. Now, that's very base level. You need to also learn how to use AI to, one, potentially read a penetration test. In one of my previous companies, we implemented a tool that would be able to go through all types of penetration tests and give us actual feedback on what these insights from the test were. So if we had high, medium, low, or even critical findings within the pen test, these are things that need to be addressed. We need to create findings. We need to create control gaps. Issues need to happen. Second, I would like to say automation, right? Automation is huge. You're learning how to use tools like Power Automate, or even organizing your macros in a way that can, one, clear up your day, and two, make it so that your manager doesn't realize you're watching Netflix, are two of the best things that you could possibly do. It's very important to learn how to implement a tool like Power Automate into your day-to-day because it will free up your time. And without free time throughout your day, you can't stack. Now, these skills are actually very good for beginners and people that aren't very technical because roles like GRC are popping up even more than ever. So if you know how to kind of describe how you would implement these tools on a day-to-day, it opens your resume and your profile up a lot more than people who already have some experience. Now picture this, if you're interviewing for a large company, it might help when they already have 20 people that know how to do the day-to-day and one person comes in and they know how to automate a lot of these processes. Now think about it like this, in cybersecurity, especially GRC, those 20 people won't lose their jobs. There's more work for them to do, trust me. They might hire another 4 people like you to help automate a lot of these processes so the 3,000 assessments that they're behind on get completed by the end of the year. So things to look out for in January. The skills companies really care about going forward are understanding frameworks, risk controls, governance, documentation, and knowing how to work with AI tools. The first 4 I've been mentioning throughout my previous videos, so you should be very familiar with those. Understanding risk controls and governance and how to document properly is the key to landing a successful career or job in GRC or cybersecurity. Enhancing that skill set with the ability to understand how to properly use artificial intelligence tools, AI tools, is what will catapult you from 100,000 to 400K. And that's what we teach you. Hey, hope you guys are enjoying this video so far. Real quick, if you want to skip the trial and error of trying to break into cybersecurity and learn the exact GRC framework that I use to build a multi-six-figure remote career, then click the first link in the description and check out the program. Inside it, I walk you step by step through how governance, risk, and compliance and third-party risk actually work, the skills companies really care about, and how to position yourself for real cybersecurity roles without wasting time on things employers don't value. This is the exact approach I've used for myself and the same system I've used to help dozens of other people get into GRC. Everything is laid out very clearly on the page so you can see if it's a good fit for you. Now let's get back to the video. A lot of cybersecurity jobs are shifting from technical to operational. So companies need people who can manage risk, compliance, and communication, not just deep technical work. And how this will benefit your career is, one, the technical work is a lot of what's being automated. However, you still need a person behind the scenes to ensure compliance and understand the risk that's coming from a particular asset, function, or even a business process. AI is changing everyday cybersecurity work, and it's time for everyone to get up to speed. But remember, it's creating more jobs for you in GRC. We're not losing jobs in GRC. So this is something that's important. You know, a lot of people get fear, right? I get it. Someone in HR might be a little afraid because Workday is coming out with a new AI solution that might take out 50% of jobs. Great. That's not going to affect you if you're an Archer expert and you know how to implement Power Automate into Archer, right? What I think people really should stop focusing on in 2026, if you really want to build your career, is focusing on getting too many certifications, learning how to code, and memorizing outdated technical concepts, or following 5-year-old YouTube advice. Follow something that's fresh. Listen, software developers got rid of junior software development roles by creating AI. So let's not stick to learning how to code. I still have 0 certs Yet I made $500,000 last year via GRC. Chasing too many certs only lands you in a rabbit hole. I'll be honest with you. Yes, if you want to get your security plus, that's great. Okay, cool. But that's not going to get you a job. That'll get you a $65,000, $70,000 job, to be honest with you. We're chasing the jobs that are 120 plus, right? We want at least 6 figures and we want to stack these. So the cert isn't necessarily the best way to get more money. And that's what we all want. Now, how do you approach this? How do you stay ahead of the curve? Well, you need to develop the right mindset. You need to go in every day, 1 hour, and figure out, hey, these are the skills that I want to focus on, right? And spend 15 minutes on each skill, 20 minutes. Pick 3 a day and focus on those. And every day, keep adding to those. You need to create the right mindset. And the right mindset means going in cool and calm. If you're constantly worried about, hey, AI is going to take over my job, you're not going to land a job because you're just going to be nervous the whole time. What you need to do is follow a step-by-step program that gets you to the right place from point A to point B. Point A, hey, I'm not in tech or I'm not too familiar with cybersecurity, to point B where it's, hey, I'm an expert ready to hit the job market because I know about all the tools. I know what the inside of an assessment looks like. I know what a risk is. I know how to calculate risk. And one of the best things ever, I know how to follow up on risk. I know how to follow the finding process. So this is the breakdown of the biggest shifts happening in cybersecurity and what you need to focus on if you want to stay ahead instead of getting left behind. The people who understand these changes early on are the ones who are going to get hired faster and grow their careers the quickest. If you found this helpful, make sure you subscribe. The channel is dedicated to help you break into cybersecurity, land high-paying remote roles, and use AI to build smarter systems and stay competitive in an industry that's forever evolving. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.